Civ 6 is a 4X game. 4X stands for explore, expand, exploit, and exterminate. And oh boy, are you gonna live up to it? You get to play as a variety of historical civilizations like Greece, Japan, America, all with unique abilities and playstyles. But, more importantly, you get to roleplay as the civilization leaders and get horrifically smited from every face of the earth because despite loving peace, Gandhi also loves his nuclear arsenal. Yep, you not only get to play as a nation, but as many of their leaders. Feel like a subjectively peaceful game? Go for Gandhi. Feel like purging heretics? Play Philip II of Spain. Feel like somehow getting howitzers in the ancient era? Go for this bastard. The variety of playstyles lets you play the game more or less however you'd like to, with a few limitations, but we'll get to those soon. The goal in Civ 6 is to win. Currently, there's 4 ways to do this. Really, there's 6, but we don't count diplomatic and score, even though diplomatic is kinda interesting, actually. The 4 main victory types are domination, where you conquer and hold every capital of every other civilization in the game. Science, where you say, nope, I'm done with these people, and you should go to Mars. Religious, where most of the world agrees with your made-up religion, like Shmix, Hot Men Kissing, or Christianity. Then there's the cultural victory, where everyone in the world goes on vacation to your country till they decide you're just objectively the best. It's rare you only use aspects of one victory type, and it's good to keep your options open, just in case the Aztecs decide your faith-based state-funded rock bands are not being chilling and use their mind powers to stop them from entering the nation. Each leader has advantage to certain victory types. For example, Petra II of Brazil is amazing at gathering great people, which are special units you get for focusing on a certain type of resource, which can completely change how you play the game, make a certain style way stronger, or act as a vital aspect of a certain victory condition. With Petra II's ability to effectively get more great people points, he gets a boost in every single victory type, but especially cultural, which usually relies a bit on getting great writers or artists like Vincent van Gogh, Mark Twain, and Homer. You'll see why this is important later, but it's basically really good. As Petra II, you not only get his leader bonus for great people and his absolute banger of a unique soundtrack for his country, Brazil, but Brazil's own ability, Amazon, which makes every building you make in your rainforest way better. We'll get into how soon, but just know for now, it's really strong. Now, that might be lots taken at first, and the idea that every single civ has this and more unique pieces to them, and a lot of people will make things sound super complicated in this game, but don't worry, it's actually not. You'll get the basics down quick, and everything else after that just oh, that makes sense moments. While you let that sink in, here's a horse being vaporized by a giant Japanese death robot. Giant death robots are a type of combat unit in Civ. Basically, you start the game with literal caveman with clubs, and you want to have whatever is stronger than whoever you need to kill. Besides combat units, there's one other type of unit, civilian or non-combat units. You start a game of Civ 6, regardless of difficulty, with at least one civilian unit, known as a settler. This bad boy is going to prop up your entire civilization with its ability to create a city. The very first city you make is generally your capital, and it gets a couple extra stat boost advantages. There's also builders who let you improve the land around your cities, which are called tiles. Improving these tiles helps your cities that own them become more and more productive. By default, most land has between 0 and 2 food and 0 to 2 production. Food lets your cities grow and gain more population, while production helps you build things faster inside your city. Those extra pumps from food can then go back and work more tiles. Now, there's traders, which unlock a bit into the game, which let you trade between any of your cities and another city. Have it be one of your own or a foreign city. And you tell the trader, hey, go over there and make me some fat stacks. They will waddle on over there, giving you a gold or whatever resources it tells you it will give you on the way to that trade route. On top of that, the trader leaves behind a road. Roads make it way faster to move around your, or enemy, empires. You can use this knowledge to send a friendly trader to a civ you're not currently at war with, so you can quickly invade them as soon as you declare war. Send a domestic trader out to make it easy to move around your own territory, or keep traders away from a threatening civ that might declare war on you soon that you aren't quite ready to fight yet. Remember, anyone can use roads, friend or foe. Speaking of foes, you've probably seen a funny little red man dancing around and checking out your city. He says, "Wowzer, misters, that sure is a fantastic city!" He speaks the truth, but do not let his quirked up positivity mislead you. This quirky doe wants blood. This bad boy is known as a barbarian scout. Barbarians are a neutral faction that appear anywhere outside of where civilizations have vision of, periodically with their spawner being a barbarian outpost. While they are a neutral faction, they neutrally want to kill everyone. And if that scout outside your territory gets an exclamation mark like it's from Metal Gear and ran off, they especially want to kill you. As soon as they get back, a barbarian raid will start. Basically, they're gonna start spawning a bunch of units from the current era, and they'll make Sherman look like a novice. I've lost more games to these barbarians than the literal boosted enemy civilians that are supposed to be the main threat, and they are! Basically, if you see a barbarian scout, drop everything, kill it. Just kill it. If you see an outpost guarded by spearmen and you can spare the time, kill it! It usually won't attack unless there's a raid on or you're about to die. So you can just hit it with a warrior, then spend a turn to let them rest and heal up and resume the beatings. I must say, for barbarians, they are rather considerate workers' time off. While you're beating up enough indigenous people to make Andrew Jackson cry, you'll probably level up a unit. These level ups are known as promotions. There's 6 main type of land combat units: melee, ranged, siege, light cavalry, heavy cavalry, and anti-cavalry. They all have certain uses, and there's some rock, paper, scissors elements, but generally, early on you want a bunch of archers, which are ranged units, as even one good archer can kill multiple enemy units in the right situation. When you promote a unit, it generally takes a turn, and heals your unit halfway. This also then applies the buff to them. Some are generally good, just doing more damage to land units, while others are a bit more stylized, like ranged units getting a ton of extra damage if they're standing inside a city or district when enemies can't attack them. Generally, you want as many promotions as possible. You get XP from damaging and killing enemies. You get normal XP from barbarians on the first level, but after there's only 1 XP per attack, making it not a great source of promotion, and makes being a warmongering jackalope seem a lot more not so bad. Most units when combat begins have their strength calculated based on their base strength and a bunch of other situational things. But the most common are terrain. If you're defending across a river, up a hill, or in a forest, it's harder to kill you. Health, if your torso's been blown off by a howitzer, it tends to be a little difficult to fight. Matchup advantages where certain units count each other. Fortification, where if you stand still for a while, your skin somehow turns into obsidian. And flanking or support bonuses where hanging out with the boys makes bullets feel like wind brushing through your lush hair. Anyway, there's more, but that's the most important stuff. We'll cover more here and there. Melee units are the general default and are strong against anti-cavalry. Anti-cavalry is strong against light and heavy cavalry. Light cavalry is super quick and generally really good. Heavy cavalry is sort of fast, but has some promotions making them amazing for taking cities. Ranged and siege are both ranged, meaning their defense is a bit lower, but when they attack a unit, they receive no damage, and it can be from a distance. Range is good against units, siege is good against cities and districts. So, the equal opportunity racists, barbarians, clearly like exploring, and you'll want to hop on their bandwagon. The scouting part, not the racism. When you first start out, you only know what is immediately around you. In Civ 6, knowledge is power. Eventually you'll want to make more cities, and they have to go somewhere. So sending your warrior around to find good places for that is a good idea. As you're moving around, you'll likely discover a few important things. Water, good land, tribal villages, which give you a little random bonus like some extra gold, faith, XP, and people, or a unit. You also might get a dope cutscene when you discover a natural wonder. These bad boys are based on, you guessed it, real-life natural wonders. Like Mount Everest, the Bermuda Triangle, and that one. However you pronounce that. Some natural wonders are absolutely busted and absolutely game-changing, like the Giant's Gateway, which gives you extra culture, and any unit that passes through it gets dramatically stronger for free. While other wonders, like the Chocolate Hills, are almost actively bad. Most are useful and can dramatically change how you play the game. Some make your army stronger, some attract raid people, most will give you a dope cutscene, which is what matters most really. As you're exploring, you'll find 2 types of foreign factions. First are city-states, which, like barbarians, are neutral factions. Luckily, they're not as racist. As you're exploring, you'll find 2 types of foreign factions. First are city-states, which, like barbarians, are neutral factions. Luckily, they're not as racist and are generally friendly to you, unless you declare war on them or their suzerain declares war on you. I know. Suzerain is a weird word, but fear not, it's pretty simple luckily. As you progress scientifically and culturally, you'll gain envoys, which are like diplomats. You can send them to city-states to turn them into puppet states, declare war on your enemies, allow you to rent their armies, and give you special bonuses for their type of district. Some city-states are scientific, so they make your science buildings better. Other are military city-states, so they make your encampments more productive. As you sign your envoys to certain city-states, you get these bonuses, and if you have the most envoys assigned to them, and it's more than 3, you become their suzerain. The most important thing is the city-state's special suzerain bonus. There are 48 possible city-states to get in a normal game. When you're their suzerain, not only are you cranking 20s and shadow governmenting like a Rothschild, but are also getting a game-changing, unique